Hi, my name is Chase, and this is Hornet Studios.
I'm Joey. I'm Jack.
Hi, my name is May.
I'm Indoor.
Hi, my name is Lauren.
Hi, I'm Michaela Blake. I'm Brooke Helton. I'm Haven Mass.
Hi, let's get this. I'm Elliot.
Hi, Mr. J.
Hi, Aiden Smith. Hi, I'm Austin.
Hi, I'm Logan.
Hey, Dominic.
Hi, I'm Caleb.
Oh, I'm Brock.
Hi, my name is Chase, and this is Hornet Studios.
I'm Joey Spratt.
I'm Jack Ward.
Hi, my name is Kristen May.
Hi, I'm Camden Dorr.
Hi, my name is Lauren.
Hi, I'm Michaela Lake. Hi, I'm Brooke Helton.
Hi, I'm Haven Massey.
Hi, Ryan Goble. Let's get this money. I'm Elliot Lance.
Hi, my name's Jay.
Hi, I'm Aiden Smith.
Hi, I'm Austin Kellas.
Hi, I'm Carly Foster.
Hi, I'm Logan Chambers.
Hey, I'm Dominic.
Hi, I'm Caleb Rose.
Hello, I'm Brock Brown.
Hi, my name is Chase, and this is Hornet Studios.
I'm Joey Spratt.
I'm Jack Ward.
Hi, my name is Kristen May.
Hi, I'm Cameron Dorr.
Hi, my name is Lauren.
Hi, I'm Michaela Lake. Hi, I'm Brooke Helton.
Hi, I'm Haven Massey.
Hi, Ryan Goble.
Let's get this money. I'm Elliot Lance.
Hi, my name's Jay.
Hi, I'm Aiden Smith.
Hi, I'm Austin Kellas.
Hi, I'm Brenna Clausen.
Hi, I'm Logan Chambers.
Hey, I'm Dominic.
Hi, I'm Caleb Rose.
Hello, I'm Brock Brown.
my name is Chase, and this is Hornet Studios.
I'm Joey Spratt.
I'm Jack Ward.
Hi, my name is Kristen May.
Hi, I'm Camden Dorr.
Hi, my name is Lauren.
Hi, I'm Michaela Lake. Hi, I'm Brooke Helton.
Hi, I'm Haven Massey.
I run gold. Let's get this money. I'm Elliot Lentz.
Hi, my name's Jay.
Hi, I'm Aiden Smith.
Hi, I'm Asa Koas.
Hi, I'm Freddie Clausen.
Hi, I'm Logan Chambers.
Hey, I'm Dominic.
Hi, I'm Caleb Rose.
Hello, I'm Brock Brown.
Hi, my name is Chase, and this is Hornet Studios.
I'm Joey Spratt.
I'm Jack Ward.
Hi, my name is Kristen May.
Hi, I'm Kevin Dorr.
Hi, my name is Lauren.
Hi, I'm Michaela Lake. Hi, I'm Brooke Helton.
Hi, I'm Haven Massey.
Hi, Ryan Goebel.
Let's get this money. I'm Elliot Lenz.
Hi, my name is Jay.
Hi, I'm Aiden Smith.
Hi, I'm Austin Coas.
Hi, I'm Brenna Clausen.
Hi, I'm Logan Chambers.
Hey, I'm Dominic.
Hi, I'm Caleb Rose.
Hello, I'm Brock Brown.
here on YouTube. Tonight's matchup features the Goddard Lions and your Valley Center Hornets. And the Hornets sitting at 1-4, the Lions sitting at 2-3. Last year, the Hornets fell at homecoming to this Goddard team, but they're looking to bounce back this year. This Goddard team has struggled more than we expected them to. Last year, they moved from 5A down to 4A and really dominated. They ended up being the state runner-up and a very good team, but they haven't done much this year. They beat East, and then they also beat Arc City 48-0, but that's been about it. They got dominated by Mays last week 42-0, and one of the toughest parts of that game was Kyler Simrad, number 10, the focal point of their offense at quarterback. He went down with a leg injury early in the game, and so it was really tough for them to recover from that one. His replacement was Jacob Reed, number 12, a junior at 6 foot, and he struggled. And then the third string struggled as well. They threw turnovers. The balls were bad that they threw. They put in the air. They didn't work out very well, and so they're struggling at quarterback. And Simrad's still not going to be starting this week, so Hornets might have to take advantage of this. Another week they'll be facing a backup quarterback, so pressuring him is going to be key. This offensive line, though, is very big. They're very strong. The only weakness is that they are slow, so attacking the half man, getting inside or outside, quick defensive lineman is going to be the key to beat this team. And then this 3-3 defense that the Goddard Lions would be running, it's worked out for the most part. They have let up just about 20 points per game so far. But they are running a 3-3. As we saw at Andover, they are going to be blitzing a lot of linebackers, shooting through the gaps, and they have a lot of very good edge rushers. Their defensive tackle is very quick. Reminds me of Aaron Donald and knows what he's doing. He'll shoot off the line at 100 miles an hour. And so this offensive line is going to have its hands full. And then obviously, like I said, they're blitzing 2 guys most of the time. And then they have a 5-man drape, likely cover 3, like we saw Steel Curtain 1970s from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Same sort of defensive coverage, and it's really tough to beat. The Hornets are going to have to find out a way to break that down and take advantage of that. I expect to see a lot of seam routes with big guys over the middle, a lot of routes like Rob Gronkowski, so that's how they're going to have to attack this defense tonight. This Hornets offense, the only thing they've struggled to do so far this year is put together a solid 4 quarters. Week after week, you look back and we've had good quarters in every single game, but that 4th quarter we've struggled. So if we can put 4 solid quarters tonight together, this is going to be a good one that the Hornets have a very good chance of winning. And it seems crazy that they have a chance to beat Goddard, but it's very, very possible. They're just going to have to put a full 4 quarters together. And it's a little chilly out here, so Ryan, how's the weather looking?
Hello, Hornet football fans. I'm Ryan Goble, and here's your tonight's game forecast. The wind and the cold will be a factor for players and fans tonight, with the temperature dropping into the low 40s and the high 30s. No chance of precipitation throughout the game, though. That's for your weather forecast, and now back to you, Caleb.
Thanks, Ryan, and that's going to be all for a pregame in this chilly game. We'll see you back here in about 15 minutes for kickoff. I'm Caleb Rose, and we'll see you then.
Hi, my name is Chase, and this is Hornet Studios.
I'm Joey Spratt.
I'm Jack Ward.
Hi, my name is Kristen May.
Hi, I'm Camden Dorr.
Hi, my name's Lauren.
Hi, I'm Michaela Lake. Hi, I'm Brooke Helton.
Hi, I'm Haven Massey.
I'm Ryan Goble.
Let's get this money. I'm Elliot Lenz.
Hi, my name's Jay.
Hi, I'm Aiden Smith.
Hi, I'm Austin Coas.
Hi, I'm Brenna Clausen.
Hi, I'm Logan Chambers.
Hey, I'm Dominic.
Hi, I'm Caleb Rose.
Hello, I'm Brock Brown.
my name is Chase, and this is Hornet Studios.
I'm Joey Spratt.
I'm Jack Ward.
Hi, my name is Kristen May.
Hi, I'm Camden Dorr.
Hi, my name is Lauren.
Hi, I'm Michaela Lake. Hi, I'm Brooke Helton.
Hi, I'm Haven Massey.
Hi, Ryan Goble. Let's get this money. I'm Elliot Lance.
Hi, my name's Jay.
Hi, I'm Aiden Smith.
Hi, I'm Austin Coas.
Hi, I'm Brenna Clark.
Hi, I'm Logan Chambers.
Hey, I'm Dominic.
Hi, I'm Caleb Rose.
Hello, I'm Brock Brown.
Hi, folks, and welcome here to Hornet Studios. I'm Caleb Rose, and you're watching Friday Night Lights live here on YouTube. Tonight's matchup features the Goddard Lions and your Valley Center Hornets. The Goddard Lions just took the field, and they're sitting at 2-3 so far on the season. They beat Arc City and East. East they beat 34-22, I believe was the score, and then they beat up on Arc City pretty bad, 48-0. And so, but they definitely don't have the skill they did last year. Last year they were state runners-up after converting from 5A to 4A, and they definitely had an advantage last year, but with the depth, with the school, they're starting to move down, and your Hornets are taking the field now. The Hornets are 1-4 right now and looking to take their second win, and they definitely have a chance to do so here tonight. Like I was saying, that Goddard team, 2-3, and they're struggling compared to last year. A few players I forgot to mention, like I said, Kyler Simrad injured last week in a game versus Mays where they lost 42-0. The backup quarterbacks are number 12 Jacob Reed and number 15 Jack Inegren, and they both struggled last week. Throwing turnovers a lot and putting pressure on them is going to be key. And we'll take a quick moment for the national anthem. And we're back after the national anthem. Like I was saying, Kyler Simrad got injured in the left leg last week during the first quarter of that Mays game, and so his replacements were number 12 Jacob Reed along with number 15 Jack Inegren. They both split snaps equally, and both struggled with passing. Threw a couple turnovers here and there, and putting pressure on them is going to be key, because if we can get them outside the pocket, forcing turnovers off or defensively is going to be pretty easy. But then for running backs, number 8, it will be Dylan Reese, and number 27, Tegan Bance. Both of them split time about equally. neither of them are very big playmakers, but they can hold their role. They can get enough yards to sustain this team. Captains out here for the Hornets, number 83, Quentin Kirk, number 14, Kyler Meyer, number 19, Sarandre Pringle, and number 78, Brian Rascone. And we'll await the coin toss. And then for this Hornets offensive team, like I said, they have played some really great games against great teams. The Hornets, I believe it was 3 weeks ago against May South. They held quite a good lead against May South, a May South team that is currently 5-0. And they made quite a comeback against them. And so it's going to be really, they really have the potential to do something great here. They have a potential to beat this Goddard team. It's just going to be putting 4 solid quarters together. And that's going to be the difference here tonight, which team can put solid 4 team together. So it appears as though the Hornets have won the toss, and they'll defer. So this kickoff team will take the field 3rd time this year to start off this game. And Hunter Sharp and company will take the field to kick off. And a couple more players that I missed talking about was number 9, Caden Hofer, number 5, Blake Mitchell, and then I believe it was number 2, Cade Scholes. But those make up the receiving core. Hofer is a very big body guy, a clear first target, and can get up and get passes. Very good, strong catcher. Really good at receiving the ball. Then number 5, Blake Mitchell. Very good at run after catch. Once he gets open in the open field, there's no stopping him whatsoever. So tight coverage at all time. Tackling immediately after the ball is going to be the key on him. And I do apologize. It was number 4, Jake Shope is who I was actually referring to. He is a legitimate D threat. You'll see him down the field quite a bit this game. And so covering him downfield is going to be key. And another player, number 34, and I do apologize if I do pronounce this wrong, it is D. Hamini Butler. Plays linebacker, but also gets a couple carries offensively, punching the ball out from him, forcing turnovers when he's on offense. Might be key here tonight to forcing turnovers. Hunter Sharp back deep to kick here. 12 minutes set on the clock. This student section next to me getting pretty loud. Kick is up and away, goes to the left side. And picked up there. Off to the races. Here comes Hofer. Finds a big gap. Keeps his legs moving. Follows his blockers perfectly. And gets him down to about the 48-yard line in their own offensive territory. Early to start it off here. And a really good return. Read the gap. Read his blockers. And just, you really could have driven a truck through those blockers. And he took advantage of that. Tate Shirley on the tackle there to stop the big play. So your Hornets defense will take the field. Looks like the Hornets this week have switched up the game plan a little bit. Looks like they'll be going 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. And like I was saying with the Goddard defense, that umbrella coverage, steel curtain invented by the 1970s Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And it definitely worked for the most part last week. Taking off to the right side here is Caden Hofer. That is one thing I forgot to mention. He will be out of the Wildcat quite a bit in this game, as they are struggling to find a solid starter at quarterback. Not much there as Hofer took it on the right side. That defense shifted pretty well to the wide side of the field and took advantage of that there. 2nd and 7 after a short gain of 3. 11:20 shows here. Out of the shotgun is Hofer. And runner is stuffed in the backfield. That was number 16, Bo Bantz. Nothing there. Maybe a gain of 1. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. And Jad Banning filling the gap there. There was a pretty clear gap in that offensive line. These offensive linemen are really big and know how to create gaps in the run game. But great job by Banning filling the gap. That was something I was talking about at the beginning of the year. This defense was struggling to fill the gaps from the linebacker perspective, and they did that there. That play right there was a slant route intended for number 7, Carter Morrow, and couldn't find anything there. The pass was low. Cade Wilson on the defense there. 10:41 here in the first quarter. It looks as though the punt team will take the field on 4th and 7. Back deep to return is junior Hunter Sharp. And I talked a lot about him. He is quite the all-around player, can do just about anything. Back deep to punt is number 7, Carter Morrow. And there it goes. Pretty quick punt, not much hang time. And bounces back. Putting the Hornets deep, a really good punt. And they'll put him at the inches line. Within the 1, a really tough place to start. And just before this drive, we'll go to a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. 10:29 after the Hornets made a early defensive stop. They're at the 1-yard line from the I formation. And off goes to Ethan Mullen. And not much there. And really this I formation has stayed pretty consistent for the Hornets when Coach Caleb Smith brought it into the district and got that I formation popularized, which at the time that he brought it in, it was a very popular high school playbook. And stays consistent for the most part within this Hornets offense. We haven't seen it much this season as they're trying to go spread a little bit more. Handoff goes to Ethan Mullen, not much there. Second down, Pawns over the middle. It's still nothing. And nothing there. But this is one thing I love about this offense. We saw it, I believe it was at Mays South, where the Hornets, they couldn't find anything in the run game with Pawns, and it was really tough. They ran it up the middle a lot and didn't get much out of it, but then they spread it out, consistently ran it at least once or twice in 4 downs. And you keep pounding it up the middle like that, something's going to happen. A gap is going to break, and that defense is starting to get a little bit of cocky on their run game. Pawns almost bounces it out there. Gains maybe 4 there, but 4th down here, 4th down and 6. So Brian Rascone and company on to punt here on 4th down and 6. And 3 and outs for both teams. Brian Rascone, like I said, back to punt, back to return number 4, Jake Shope. And he was the one I was talking about on the offensive side, a deep threat. So clearly a pretty quick player. Rascone back to punt, and last week almost got blocked a couple times, but doesn't get touched there. It rolls out of bounds there right around the 40-yard line, so that's where the defense will take the field again. We'll be back here at Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. And we're back here in Hornet Studios. Yet again, this Goddard offense taking the field, led by Caden Hofer. Really interesting strategy. Interested to see if he is not only their Wildcat quarterback, but there's just their quarterback in general. As we, like I said, Jacob Reed and Jack Enegren struggled last week in a 42-0 loss to Mays. And Hofer with a right side handoff and bursting through the gap there. That's number 27. That's taken Bance. Like I was saying, splits time equally with Dylan Reese, but they definitely fill their roles. Good gap play there. Picks up the first down of the game. Keeps the chains moving here on 1st down. It's in from the 22. And handoff right side. Read option. And Caden Hofer is taken down. Not much there. Maybe just a yard. Brings up 2nd down and 9. The Lions go in no huddle offense here as they'll just get calls from the sideline. Noticing some offensive starters trying to stay warm here as, like Ryan Goebel said, it is pretty cold out here on this field. Hofer drops back, right side in route, finds it, and fumble on the play. Hornets rush for it in the end zone. They'll pick it up, and that'll be a touchback. Your Hornets offense takes over from the 20-yard line. 7:08, and they force a turnover. Ball security was one of the biggest things in this week's scouting report, and it paid off, forcing those turnovers. Before this drive, we'll go to a short commercial break. And we're back after that forced turnover. Really just a great play and no ball security there by Blake Mitchell. Fumbled it there and had a chance to get a touchdown. Marion Pons on the left side bursts through, stays in bounds, and after a gain of 20 is finally pushed out of bounds. First down for the Hornets, and they're moving. First down of the night here for the Hornets. 7:02 shows on the clock. And momentum is just coming left and right. It seemed this crowd and sideline went dead after the 50-yard return.
I'm here for color.
And a right side drag route there for Hunter Sharp. Gain of 5 there. .650 here. Clock keeps moving. And this is Athletic Director Caleb Smith. Caleb, what do you think about the game?
Well, let me tell you here in a minute, we're seeing 3-3 stack right now, and they're really trying to get to the edge, take advantage of the numbers game out there.
Thank you. Definitely this defense has really been all over this offense over the middle. And we saw that last play. Pons bounced it outside and took advantage of that defense.
What Goddard's attempting to do here is they're trying to go man coverage, stack the box with 7 or 8 guys, and force us to run against that box or throw against the man. So basically they're trying to say that we're better than you in coverage. We're going to make you run the football against 7 or 8.
I like it. Definitely this steel curtain type defense. It's working out. Most of these routes have been short routes. Nothing deep real quick. And handoff over the middle. Pons fights his way through those defenders in the box like you were saying.
Left side's really getting a good push right there. If they can continue to do that all night, I think we'll see him running more off that left side.
2nd and 5 for the Hornets.
2nd and 5 here after that gain from Marion Pons. The Hornets keep it moving as they're on the 49, starting this drive from the 20. Dropping back, left side pass for Hardin. Looking for a slant route to Gabe Phillips, but it falls incomplete as the pass was behind.
We saw a flat concept there, but when you have man coverage and you bring a guy to the flat, many times that takes a guy right into the slant window, and that's what we saw there. The slant was open, but the guy running the flat brought his guy into the window.
Hardin out of the shotgun here. And looking right side for a hitch. Perfectly placed there on the sideline. Hunter Stacy catches it, but a flag on the play. Flag's flat on the sideline. This is one of the things in the scouting report. Goddard tends to play pretty dirty. Late hit out of bounds by Goddard. 15 yards says that picks up a Hornet first down.
You know, one thing right now our offensive line needs to be careful about is they're getting on their heels in the passing game right away, which becomes an easy read for the secondary and the linebackers to know when we're passing. They've got to get their weight forward.
Definitely, the linemen are the key read for most of these guys in the secondary, and their first move, typically the reason why a draw play works out is because of the offensive lineman getting like that, so might see that soon. Pons bounces it to the outside, and gains maybe 3 or 4 there on first down.
Coach Wilmot really likes the jet tonight, the outside stretch play. They're trying to run off those man defenders. They don't have zone eyes, so they're not seeing that coming. They're 1 block away out there. If they can make that block, he'll be out the gate.
Definitely, like you were saying, this team is stacking the box as much as they can with this man coverage and bouncing it outside like Pons has done. Most of his big runs have come to the outside of that box. Harden out of the shotgun. Twins both sides. Hand off over the middle, and Pons maybe picks up 2 there.
What we had there was just a simple power play to the left. It doesn't look like we got our kick out block. Their defensive end got underneath it, caused some problems for us.
Definitely, this is a very quick defense on the defensive line. They know what they're doing. They can shoot the gaps just right, and I feel like that was mainly defensive coordinator play call, and it worked out. Stopped the intended play.
I'd love to see the man matchup out here. We got no safety help on Phillips. I'd love to see him go over the top to him here.
Left side handoff. Pons looking for it. And this Hornets team will continue to run.
Brought down by number 7, Morrow, and 77.
4th down and 4 here. Might possibly see the Hornets go for it here.
You see some personnel substitution here, which just tells you that they're going to a different package. It looks like Goddard subbed in more of a nickel package. Looks like they're bringing in some extra fullbacks on offense.
Taking their time with the play call. 3 seconds on the play clock. Harden under center, and they'll be forced to call a timeout. Like you were saying, those packages are tough to shift to. We'll go to a short commercial break.
Came out in pro set there, so we'll see if they
And
do
we're
that again.
back here at Hornet Studios. 3:17 here in the first.
For the Hornets.
And Mr. Smith, you've been seeing a lot of things from this offense. What can you expect? What have you seen defensively before this field goal?
Well, so far, I mean, we're getting all-man coverage, so it's very difficult to run the football against that. As we see the made field goal there by Sharp, great kick. We've got to either get a run game going by matching the guys in the box, which is what they were getting ready to do before that timeout. They get brought in 21 personnel, and we're going to go pro. Either match the numbers in the box, or we've got to start getting beating them vertical in the passing game in order to remove some of those guys from the box.
And Hunter Sharp nails the field goal with 3:12 remaining in the first quarter. That puts your Hornets up 3-0. And before kickoff, we'll go to a short commercial break. And we're back here. Hunter Sharp back deep to kick. And back deep to receive. Number 2, Cade Scholes, and number 9, Caden Hofer. Short roller there. Awkward bounces, but Scholes still returns it on the left side. He'll take off. And gets about to the 20-yard line. So that is where this Goddard offense will start their drive with a 1st and 10. Interested to see if Caden Hofer will take the field once more as quarterback, or if they'll go to their actual quarterback depth chart with Jacob Reed or Jack Integrin.
Biggest thing I saw on that first series here from our defense is allowing that run game between the tackles. We've got to be solid inside with our middle linebackers and our defensive line.
Definitely. And with a Wildcat quarterback that we're seeing tonight from Caden Hofer, they have to be expecting a lot of runs. I'm surprised the box isn't stacked a little bit more tonight, but they are definitely letting up quite a bit of runs there. Carry up the middle goes to number 27. That's Tegan Bance. And we've seen him go off a couple times. A gain of 10 earlier, now a gain of 8. Getting it in between the tackles both times and carry up the middle there. Dylan Reese goes for a Lions first down. Chains keep moving. 2:30 remaining here in the first.
I expect to see Coach LeCure to start pinching a little more, trying to get more bodies in the middle, forcing them to bounce things outside, because right now they're just gashing us between the tackles.
Definitely this inside interior linemen are very, very experienced, most of them seniors, and so they definitely are hitting the middle most of the time. Short gain there. Short gain of 5 there. Second down and, gain of 6 there. Second down and 4.
We are without Kraft tonight, so that makes a big difference with his experience that we've lost with him up there. So guys are going to have to step up.
Really great play there by Ethan Mullen. Read that play early, shedded his block with ease, and then made that tackle there. Brings up third down and short after a gain of 3. Third down and 1. Clock keeps rolling here. Hofer in the shotgun. Trips right side. Fake the screen. Hofer tries to bounce it outside. Not much blocking. And Kyler Meyer finally drags him down. Drags him down in the backfield. Loss of 3 there.
Love the pursuit there from Kyler Meyer. We do a really good job of when we do bounce it out. We've got great filling. Sharp did a great job running the tunnel there. If we can continue to make them try to get outside, I think we'll be successful on defense. It's just between the tackles that we've got to keep them from getting those big gains.
Definitely, like you were saying, pursuit, but also play reading as well. This defense is reading the play almost before it's snapped, and it's really incredible to see these defensive players know exactly what's going on this field. Punt there goes from Morrow to Hunter Sharp, and he'll fair catch it. I believe at the 30-yard line, so that's where your Hornets offense, led by Caleb Harden, will take the field. And we'll be back here at Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. We're back here. The Hornets starting off an offensive drive. Marion Pons bounces it to the outside, keeps his feet moving, and drags a couple defenders forward for a first down.
I love the play call from Coach Wilmot. He is the second greatest quarterback in school history. But what he's doing there is both those guys on the top were in man coverage. They're backpedaling immediately off the snap. That gives you 5 yards immediately that you should get when you get to the edge before they have a chance to react. So we're really taking advantage of that man coverage on the outside.
Harden out of the shotgun here. Twins both sides. Motion around. It's Marion Pons. Bounces it up. Breaks a tackle or two. Gain of about 3 or 4 there. Not much more than 2. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. I'm Caleb Rose, joined alongside here by Caleb Smith, and we'll see you back here at Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. 12 minutes show on the clock here in this second quarter. The Hornets put up 3 points on a Hunter Sharp field goal in the first quarter. Left side pass route intended for the out route of Caden Hawley. It falls incomplete.
That was just a simple flat concept out of a 2x2 formation. It was not a run pass read. That was a straight pass call. It didn't look like Caden quite drove his guy up enough to get him in his back pedal so that he'd be open on the out. A little bit of mistiming on their part.
Like you were saying, that not a run pass option, and that's something I saw a lot of last year. Is the RPO really coming popular in a lot of offenses, but we haven't seen much of it here. Really surprised to see that, but definitely fits this offense. Dropping back here is Harden, finds slant route for Gabe Phillips. He'll take off once again and crosses the plane. Touchdown, Valley Center.
The crazy thing on that is he was bracketed. They had 2 guys over there for him. They must have anticipated. We were in a 3-by-1 formation. That was the single receiver. We motioned to doubles. And some reason, the bracketed side, we were still able to get open and get through there for a touchdown. Very nice pitch and catch.
Like you talked about earlier in this game, there is no high safety. There's no last man. There's no last defender to tackle him. So when he was off to the races, no one was touching him. Field goal sails through, and that makes your score 10-0. The Hornets lead. We'll see you back here at Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. We're back here at Hornet Studios. 10-0 is your score, and the Hornets lead with an early lead over Goddard. And Coach Smith, what have you seen here so far in this game with that last offensive drive? What have they done leading up to that point to get that route open?
I think Coach Wilmot's really doing a good job of just taking advantage of what he's been given, whether that's the outside run game with the man defense or seeing what they're doing in coverage and hitting the seams. He seems to have a good game plan in place for tonight.
Kickoff is low and an awkward bounce. Handoff around the right side, and not many Hornets realized it early. Return goes there to Cade Scholes. Gets about to the 26, 27-yard line. So the Goddard offense will take the field. Once again, led by number 9, Caden Hofer, their leading receiver going into this game, but here they are starting him at quarterback. Just now noticed out there, Jared Payne, number 66, starting on the defensive line. Not something I expected at the beginning of the season, but here he is. Depth is getting low, and he's out there on the field starting a defensive line. Right side of handoff goes there. Goes to number 16. That's Bo Bance.
Do got a flag there. That formation, they actually had 3 backs in the backfield. It looks almost like a spread formation. It's a good way to disguise and get an overload. They really got numbers on that right side. They're going to have to do something to adjust to that formation to keep from getting outnumbered.
And I was reading the scouting report this week, and one of the biggest things that Coach LeCure talked about, and rightfully so, is how Goddard plays dirty. And it clearly shows, and they talked about this week that no matter what happens, you have to keep your head. You can't draw penalties against this team because they will get in your head, and then they will win this game by drawing penalties. And they're definitely staying fundamentally sound. They're not letting this team get in their head.
That was the exact same play we saw the play before. They got 3 guys in the backfield. They're in the gun, but they get a 3-man lead out that side. It's just like the Maryland I used to see under center with 3 backs, but they do it out of gun and make it look a little different. It's the same concept. They're trying to get off tackle over there with a numbers game.
First down and long here after what I believe was a holding call. Over out of the shotgun, looking left side for a bubble route, falls incomplete. Intended there for number 16, Bo Bance, but overthrown there from Hofer. It'll fall incomplete for second down and long.
They went back to 10 personnel there. That was a trips open formation. Quentin Kirk did a great job getting off a block there. Even if that would have been completed, he was right there to make the play.
And that's one thing that the Hornets will have to watch out for, not only that bubble route, but later in that trips formation, maybe a wheel route. We saw Larry Wilson do that a lot. Left side carry goes there to number 27, Tegan Bance, and taken down in the backfield. Or excuse me, after a gain of 1 from forward progress.
That looked like a counter, a GT counter back here to the left side. We did a good job of getting penetration underneath the pullers, from what I could tell. Didn't have anywhere to go off that edge.
And Coach Secure talked about this offensive line. They are big, and they can open up holes in the running game, but they are not quick enough to pull, and it showed there. Not much to be found on that pulling play. Out of the shotgun is Hofer. He'll drop back, and looking for a deep go route left side. Cade Wilson is beat, and it falls incomplete there, intended for number 13, Soren Carr. And dives there for that ball as it was just inside him and overled, falls incomplete there.
Looked like Cade may have came up on a stutter and go there. He had man coverage there, or possibly quarters, but ended up on that guy man-to-man and just let him get behind him.
Wilson, only a sophomore, has played really great defense up to this point, but really tough man-on-man here in prime time, and there's not much you can do against that. Punt goes down and bounces, keeps bouncing. So the the Hornets offense will take the field. We'll go to a short commercial break. Oh, excuse me. We'll keep it here with 10-13 in the second quarter.
Those punts are crucial, that we need to try to catch those, and I'm sure Coach Pearson's in Sharp's ear right now telling him, hey, we've got to catch those. The difference is many times 20 to 30 yards in field position, so we've got to do everything we can to start catching those punts.
Definitely, but it does seem really intimidating being out there on that field. Those Goddard defenders were down there immediately, so it's really tough for this punt coverage. They clearly have something going for them on the punt coverage for Goddard. So Hardin will take the field here. And a shotgun motion around is Hunter Sharp. Right side handoff, Marion Pons, and the gap is stuffed. Tried to force it back up the middle, but nothing there as the linebackers filled the gaps pretty early. 10 minutes here in the second quarter.
That's the second time we've seen that motion from trips. I'm sure Coach Wilmot's looking to set something up with that. That last play there was just a power right off the edge. We just didn't get enough action on the down blocks.
Like you were saying, that motion, they're trying to set something up. They're trying to make that motion routine so the defense expects nothing out of that motion. And then once they get to that point, once there's no shift to that motion, then Sharp's going to be down the field in the blink of an eye. Pass completion to the left side there.
Looks like maybe they're starting to get more of a quarters concept because we saw the smash there. A lot of times you run that smash route against quarters, read that corner's feet. He backpedals, you throw the hitch. He doesn't, you throw the corner over the top. I'm wondering if we're starting to get more zone eyes as they worry more about our outside run game.
Definitely, like you were saying, with man coverage, 5 yards of extra separation on the outside. That's why that run is working. This Goddard defense clearly knows what they're doing. Their defensive coordinator has quite a mind.
We were in 21 personnel there. We were in the I and under center. Haven't seen a whole lot of that this year, but seen some more of it today. Looks like somebody got penetration in A-gap, and before he could even hand off on the counter play, he was sacked.
So the punt team will take the field, led by Brian Rascone. Here with 8:30 remaining. Back deep to punt is number 4, back deep to return is number 4, Jake for the Lions. Hornets with what looks like a 3-and-out, but flag on the play. Appears to be false start. Pushing the punt team back 5 more yards. And out of the shotgun, or out of the punt formation once more, Brian Rascone. A wild snap, but a flag saves him once more. Refs go to discuss it. False start again on the offense. Not typically the penalty you'd want to see on a punt team, but saved him from a wild snap over the head of Rascone. Jake Shope still back to receive here for the Lions, and Rascone still punting. Time keeps ticking away. It's 8 minutes now. Rascone finally gets a punt off after 2 consecutive penalties. And bounces in positive territory for the Lions. So Chad Benning touches it and stops it. So the Lions offense will take the field. And led by Caden Hofer, still seeing that Wildcat formation. And really not a bad passer, much better than I expected. Throwing a couple routes and almost had a touchdown earlier in that game, except if it wasn't for that forced fumble. Blake Mitchell fumbled it on the in route there, and Hornets took advantage of it, getting their field goal off of that turnover. Left side and bouncing it out there. Huge hit there. I believe that was Kyler Meyer on that hit.
I think Goddard's biggest thing coming into this game is they really wanted to run right there off tackle. They're really trying to get down blocks there, kick out with their fullback, and hit right off of it.
Well, I really love what Kyler Meyer's doing outside there on the edge. Like you were saying, they're trying to run to that tackle, and he's completely taking up that gap.
That looked like an inside zone play. There was no gaps on that inside zone. That can hit anywhere across the line, but he looked and scanned that, and they had filled everywhere. It was a good job by the defensive line.
And the same type of thing happened last week for the Hornets offense against the Andover defense, as they're shooting gaps pretty well. And taking off is Hofer, read option. And Cade Wilson and Kyler Meyer. And Hornets didn't seem to expect that at all, but still take him down before the first down marker. 4th down and 2 here.
Looks like they're going for it here. They still got one fullback in there. I look for him to come right off the left side with the quarterback run game.
Left side, here comes Hofer. Slips through a gap. Not sure if it's enough.
Carried by number 9, Hofer.
And awaiting a call here from the refs. And appears as though it's
great stop by the defense.
And the defense makes a stop coming up in the clutch. So the Hornets offense takes over, and we'll see you back here at Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. Sorry about that. And we're back here in Hornet Studios, 6:16 here in this first half. Left side handoff there. Goes to Pons, not much as the gap is filled.
And Goddard's on to us a little bit. They're starting to bring edge pressure, trying to shut down that edge game that we've been trying to exploit early with the man coverage. They're still running a lot of man, but they're bringing some more edge pressure to keep that stretch game from occurring.
Definitely, that was one of the main scouting reports, number 85. That's Braden Wickliffe, only a sophomore, but a really incredible pass rusher and knows what he's doing on the edge. Coach Secure described him as a 270-pound cheetah. Very quick off the line, quick off the ball. And he's given a tough job to right tackle Jared Payne. Marion Pons slips through a gap there. Gap was closed on the left side, so took off through the right as no backer was there. And finds a gain. Third down and 7 here.
3rd and 7 for the Hornets. Let's make some noise.
Hornets taking their time. Last week we saw them run the play clock down to 4 or 5 quite often. They'll get it down to 10 here. Harden out of the shotgun. He'll drop back looking left side. And passes high for Sharp, slips through his hands and falls incomplete. It's for an out route there and nothing.
Something went wrong on that play. One of those routes was off. They had 2 guys stacked right on top of each other. 3 defenders in the area. It just was not a good concept. Something had to have been screwed up there.
That's one of the toughest things we saw earlier in this game. The Hornets had to call a timeout to avoid a delay of game penalty, and personnel is a really tough thing to master, but they've clearly struggled with it just a tad bit tonight. Punt bounces and makes it stop at the 31-yard line where Kyler Meyer stops it. So we'll go to a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. Lions take over with a 1st and 10.
Looks like I would expect Goddard to take a shot here at some point in this series. With the time ticking down, they need some momentum going into halftime.
And off goes to the right side, number 16, Bo Bance. You talked about them possibly taking a shot. They have 4 minutes to drive the ball down the field, so might see him get to 3rd down and then take that shot like you were saying. They want to waste away time and get points, but the end goal is to get points no matter how it happens. 2nd down here. Trips right side, 1 receiver left. Hofer looking right, finds a slant route. And on the reception, number 4, Jake Shope, found a gap.
Looked like that was a little loop-in route. Number 4 sold like he was going to run that out route, pivoted back in, and found a wide open right there in the middle. It was a great read by the quarterback. Solid route.
And clearly exploited the gap in that zone defense. Worked out there, picked up a 1st down. Hofer out of the shotgun. 1 receiver to the left, trips right. Hofer taking his time in the pocket, quick out route. And taking off on the right side is Blake Mitchell.
Just a simple hitch route on the top there. Our defender broke, though, on his inside. You always want to break on the outside of a hitch route. That way, if he turns to the outside, you keep him tackled. If he turns to the inside, you got help. So anytime you break on that hitch route, we've got to make sure that we're breaking on that outside shoulder.
Definitely. That's something that quarterbacks are taught, is to hit that outside shoulder so that receiver can take off down the sideline and hit him on the outside shoulder like he should have and got down the sideline. Carry to the right side. Ball keeps moving. Gain of about 3 or 4 there.
2nd and 7 for the Lions.
Second down and 7 here. Hofer out of the shotgun. Twins both sides. He'll drop back. Looking right for an out route. And it's complete.
They're just trying to get small gains all the way down the field here. They really don't have to worry about getting out of bounds quite yet, and just giving what we're giving to them. We're trying to play on our heels, and we need to get up and play on our toes.
And that's one of the most awkward things about running a 4-minute offense. You want to get down there, you want to score as quick as possible, but you also don't want to give that other offense enough time to drive down the field and put more points on the board before the half. That picks up a 1st down with a run to the left side.
Looks like they're staying in that 10 personnel. That's your spread formation, really looking for those hitch routes, those out routes, those short routes to try to advance the ball and give them a chance to break free.
Right side, Hofer looking on the sideline. And it's complete. It's at that sideline, and it worked out. Lions pick up a first down.
Our secondary is going to have to really tighten up. They're just playing too loose right now, playing more like this is the end of game prevent defense rather than just playing their normal defense here. We've got to really tighten up and start playing a little more aggressive.
Definitely, I think that's exactly what Goddard wanted this defense to think is, like you said, they're going to take a deep shot. But they're slowly working their way down the field. Hofer looking over the middle, and not much there. But bouncing it outside there is Caden Hofer, and just maybe slipped through the pile. But they'll keep the ball moving. Clock stops as he gets it out of bounds. First down for the Lions. A really awkward play. Looked over the middle and then just bounced it on out. No one out there. 1:57 shows here in this first half. And looks like they'll call a timeout. So we'll see you back here in Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. 1:57 shows here on the clock after a timeout from Goddard. What have you seen here from this offensive drive for Goddard?
Well, they're just taking advantage of what we've given them. I think we just played a little too loose that last series, playing on our heels. Needed to play more aggressive like we had all game. I look for them here to really bring some heat, try to take some chances, try to strip the ball, try to get a turnover here with first and goal.
Definitely, I think this timeout might have come a little bit too late to shift that defense into tight coverage every time. But like you said, possibly a red zone turnover. We'll see what happens. Right side carry goes to Caden Hofer, and he's finally pushed out of bounds there. And that'll bring up second down there.
We got sealed on the outside there, which gave them a few more yards than they should have got. We've got to make sure that we don't give up leverage on that outside.
And it's second down and goal, and they're stacking that box quite a bit, so Goddard understands that they're taking it to the outside. And they might continue to do that here with only 3 yards to cross the plane. 1:52 here. Over out of the shotgun, looking right side, and pass falls incomplete. Cade Wilson on the defense, Pass is caught there by number 5, Blake Mitchell. Quick out route and finds the complete pass. Touchdown, Goddard.
Yeah, that was a slant out, it looked like, on the top there with man coverage, and was able to get leverage on the outside there. Great throw by that quarterback. That was a route we used to run a lot with DeMarco King a few years ago. We actually named it after him, called it the King route. Really good route to run on the goal line.
And extra point is through. Really tough route to cover there by Cade Wilson. Gives a touchdown there, 10-7 your score. We'll see you back here at Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. Kicking off here is number 89. That's Brooke Sullivan. And quick pop-up kick there. Don't put it around there. Ball is on the ground. That was picked up by a Hornet. Excuse me, Quentin Kirk picked it up there. A little confusion here. But with 1:41, your Hornets offense will take the field. Plenty of time to get the ball down the field. We've seen them drive the ball all the way the length of the field in 49 seconds, so they clearly can do this with 1:41.
I'd like to see him find a way to get man-to-man coverage on Phillips here and take a shot with him.
Definitely, Phillips is a really good route runner. As it showed on that slant route he got the touchdown on. And like you said, man on man, might have to exploit that. Right side out route for Hunter Sharp, just barely off the mark, falls incomplete.
Coach Wilmot trying to get a route to the outside there so they can get out of bounds and keep that clock stopped. Just weren't able to get that completion.
That's a really tough route to throw there, on the money, on the run, and it's really tough to put it exactly where you need it. Just hardly off the mark there, and falls incomplete. 10-7 your score, and the Hornets trying to take the lead by double digits again if they can get a touchdown here or even a field goal, just to get them points right before going into the locker room.
Got man coverage on Phillips on the top there. We'll see if they take advantage.
Left side pass, looking for Gabe Phillips. Just got a tad bit of separation, but the pass off the mark. Looks like maybe just a tad bit of miscommunication on yardage there. Harden looks like he knew, ultimately falls incomplete. 3rd down and 10 here. And I think obviously in the 2-minute offense, attacking the sideline is important, but it's more important just to get the first down and keep the ball moving. Trying to bounce it outside is Marion Pons on a jet sweep. And nothing there as he's taken down. They'll bring up 4th down and 9 with 1:24 remaining.
Looks like Goddard's using a timeout here. They definitely want to try to get another series in and try to get a score in, take the lead going into the half.
And definitely, like you said, very, very good strategical thing there. They relied on their defense. They trusted in their defense to make that play, and they did just that. And they definitely have an opportunity to score here. That would be a really tough break for the Hornets as they're up 10-0 early in that first quarter. And then they're looking possibly to maybe be down here going into the locker room.
This will be a big punt for Resco, and if he can put this down here, pin him a little bit deeper, it's a lot harder to drive 80 yards in a minute 24 than it is to go only 50. So we need to get a really good punt off here, get down and cover it. That'll be huge for keeping them from scoring before half.
And one of Rascone's troubles, rightfully so, is punting into the wind, but there's no wind here, so has a chance to make a big punt. And so this Goddard offense takes over with 1:18 remaining here in the second quarter. And the Hornets lead by a mere 3 points as Goddard takes over here.
With this short of time, I'm wondering if we might go to a nickel package here. I'm looking out there. I'm still seeing 3D linemen. As I count the linebackers, it looks like we may have an extra DB in there and one less linebacker, but we definitely got to be aware of the big pass plays here.
Definitely, like you were saying in that last drive, though, Hornets defensive backs were playing very loose, playing a prevent-type coverage, which they might do again. Possibly a reverse, a flag on the play. Right side pass, and Caden Hofer catches it. Philly special. It's a touchdown, but a flag still on the play, a Hornets' last hope.
I think we're going to be all right there. There was an illegal shift prior to the play. I think that play's coming back.
And that play right there was attempted 2 times in Super Bowl 52, once to Tom Brady and once to Nick Foles. And this Goddard offense took advantage of that play, but it is an illegal formation, so it moves this Goddard offense back.
Coach Beeson's known for his trickery. I'm sure he's got about 5 or 6 more of those, so that won't be the first trick play we see tonight.
Definitely, that was one of the things in the scouting report. Staying at home, a lot of trick plays, and I was wondering when they'd pull that out of the back of their playbook, but they did at the right time, just illegal formation there. 1:06 here in the first half. Your Hornets lead by 3, 10-7 here. Out of the shotgun is Hofer, trips right side. And he'll drop back, finds a slant route, falls incomplete.
Definitely in a true prevent defense, which is good, but we're almost too deep. We need to make sure we're staying up, don't allow them to get the first down here. Stay as deep as the deepest, which just means your safeties and corners. Nobody gets behind you, but you don't have to play 50 yards deep.
Definitely. This is one of the type of defense, you might let him catch the ball, but you need to tackle him almost right away or at least before the chains, and they did have quite a bit too much separation there, but throw was just a tad behind of Jake Shope and couldn't catch it in the run. 1:03 here.
Goddard's only got 1 timeout, so that could come into play here.
Hoford rolling out, already running a total of 100 yards to gain a couple. And a big hit there on Hofer. Clock keeps ticking. 40 seconds here. We might see the no-huddle offense or, like you said, the timeout.
Goddard uses their final timeout there. They're going to have 40 seconds. So at this point, you're not really worried as much about the first down because you know you're not going to get the ball back to go score likely. So you're really just making sure that they don't get a big score here with 40 seconds and 60 yards to go.
And we'll see you back here at Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios, and we do apologize about the scoreboard camera. The band is currently in the way. It will be fixed after halftime. But 40 seconds remain here. 7-10 is your score. The Hornets lead. 3rd down and 8. And a pump fake there. Oford looking left side for a go route. And it's caught. Not sure if he's in. It is called complete. 33 seconds, and the Lions pick up a deep play there.
Well, he got behind us there on the left side, and like I said, when you're in a prevent defense, you don't necessarily have to be super deep, but you can't let anybody behind you, and we always called that deep as the deepest. Nobody can get deeper than you as a safety in a prevent defense. So right there, somehow gave up leverage. They were able to get behind us.
That was a really tough play to make. On that left side is Cade Wilson, a sophomore. And one-on-one, that's, like I said, a really tough play. Looking for another go route. And awaiting a call from the refs. And it's called an interception.
Looked like Wilson took that ball away from him. It's a great football play right there. Really good throw and catch by Goddard, but it looked like Cade Wilson was able to make a football play there and pull that away.
That right there is why you play to the whistle. Cade Wilson made an incredible play right before the end of that play.
The referees are discussing it right now, so it's possible they may overturn this.
Ruling on the field is that both players had possession, came down by rule, touchdown.
Well, I can tell you if I was the head coach right now, I'd be going berserk. The white hat overruled him there. He was 50 yards from the play. Just not a good overrule.
And it is ruled a Goddard touchdown, but a flag. And Caleb Smith heading off here right before halftime, and we like to thank him for his deep analysis with a lot of coaching experience there. And sportsmanlike conduct is called on the Goddard Lions with 27 seconds. So unsportsmanlike conduct moves them back on the extra point try with 27 seconds. That makes your score 13-10. And extra point is through, making it 14-10. The Lions lead by 4 here, and we'll go to a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornets Studios. 27 seconds here. And your Hornets trail by 4 at 14-10. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Hornets moves the kickoff to the offensive 45 for the Lions. And looks like they'll onside it. Flag on the play. Likely a false start. Or an offside, excuse me. Quentin Kirk still recovers it. But a guy on the right side just took off flying. Will be a re-kick from the 50-yard line. We'll likely see the same onside kick here with 26 seconds. $14-10 on to kick again is Brooks Sullivan. Front line ready now, consisting of Caleb Peach, Braden Maltz, Austin Koash, Tate Shirley, and Dominic Phillips. High kick there, and it's received by Meyer. He'll take it over the middle, looking for a gap and plying through a couple defenders there. 22 seconds here in this second quarter, and your Hornets trail by 4. We'll likely see them just victory formation it out. First down and 10 here. Out of the shotgun, or excuse me, out of under center is Caleb Harden. So that'll do it for your first half. Your score after 2 quarters of play is Goddard Lions 14 and your Valley Center Hornets 10. They put up an amazing first quarter, putting up 10 points and had some momentum going there, but lost it late in the second quarter. And we'll see you for the halftime report in just a couple of minutes. 1-2, 1-2. Going once. Can you hear me, Dom? Keep going, keep going. Can you hear me? Going once, going twice. Welcome here. To Hornets Studios for your halftime show. The Hornets trail 14-10 at halftime, and they put up quite a fight against this Goddard team. They started off early, putting up a long field goal by Hunter Sharp, making it 3-0, and then they got a long touchdown on a slant route by Gabe Phillips. Phillips just took advantage of that defender, an amazing route, got a good cut on the guy, and there was no one after that to catch him. Really just a great play there by Gabe Phillips. Got a long touchdown, got a lot of momentum going for that offense, and then soon to be that defense. But late in that second quarter, the Goddard Lions rallied and put up 2 touchdowns, a really controversial touchdown to end off the half, or pretty close to the end of the half, with a right side throw. And Caden Wilson looked to have come up with it, but they said it was dual possession. Both guys had possession, and in that case, it does indeed go to the offense. The white cap overruled him and counted it as a touchdown. 14-10 is now your score. The Hornets have played really great. Early in the game, they started to try and run it up the middle, but then understood that outside with that man coverage, they can get a lot of separation on the outside, and Marion Pons and company took advantage of that, and that was really great to see how they were reading the defense. Really just overall pretty great. And then Caden Hofer starting a quarterback, typically a receiver, and he's done really good at quarterback tonight, understanding the defense. This defense has been pretty well. Besides 2 or 3 solid plays, they've been on point, and they just really need to cut back from those big plays. They really need to limit those big plays, and after that, they're up in this ball game if they can eliminate those plays. And really great to see your Hornets trail by 4, but they have a chance to make a comeback here in the second half. I'm Caleb Rose, and that's all for the halftime show. We'll see you here pretty soon for the second half kickoff. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. I'm Caleb Rose, joined alongside by Athletic Director Caleb Smith. And you said you just talked to the refs about the calls late there in the second half. How'd that go down?
Well, they didn't agree with me, to say the least. Basically, he said that the back judge did not understand the rule of two people coming down together with the ball, that the offense wins in that situation. You give possession to the offense, and overturned him on that. My question to him was why he even asked him that in the first place when he was 50 yards away. And then the penalty on Coach LeCure was for him coming out on the field. And then my question to him was Goddard's coach was about 30 yards out on the field. Why wasn't he flagged? And he didn't have much of an answer for that. So we're going to have to recover from that. Coach LeCure is going to have to be good the second half, make sure he doesn't get a second penalty and get thrown out of the game. But we're going to have to recover from that. If they did come down together, though, that is the right call. Just didn't seem to me that that could be overturned in the manner that it was.
Definitely. And most Hornet fans don't agree with that call, and rightfully so. But that's one of those things is, like I said in the scouting report, Goddard plays dirty. Refs are with them at all times, and so they have to you have to stay level head. You have to not let that affect you in the game. This second half is now underway with a short squib kick right side, and looks like it's maybe fumbled a tad bit. Waiting a call. And Quentin Kirk makes the catch indeed, so the Hornets will take possession, led out by quarterback Caleb Harden.
If you're Coach LeCure, you're glad to have the ball here coming out in the second half after that ending to the first half and try to get some momentum going on your side. I just interested to see here what we come out in, what personnel.
Definitely. I mean, obviously you're looking to score. Obviously you're looking to take the lead back. But even just to drive down the field, get the ball moving, get, like you said, get some momentum up and running for your defense, that's even ideal too. Right side handoff there. And gain of about 2 or 3.
Hornets were just in trips open there. Looked like inside zone run game. Just testing out early here to see if they can get that run game going.
Definitely. I think Goddard's mentality defensively going into this is that Hornets are down. They're going to be passing. They're going to be attacking early. And I've loved to see this even at the May South game. Running doesn't work, but they continue to pound it up the middle. And at some point, it's going to work. There's going to be holes open, and that's where the long plays come from. And it's just really awesome to see the patience of this offensive line, the patience of these offensive coordinators.
Yeah, one thing people don't think about sometimes is that you may get a 1-yard run gain on a play, but they don't know that that's setting something up for later. And Coach Wilmot does a really good job of everything he does is strategic, and he's really trying to set something up for later on. You get that middle run game going, even if you don't get yardage, you got those safeties coming down. That sets something up over the top later on.
I've always thought of Coach Wilmot as kind of a chess player. He understands the board. He understands where all the pieces need to go to get what he wants done. He understands setting up strategically, like you said, and he's just a really smart-minded offensive coordinator. Flag on the play. There is a timeout right before the penalty.
I'm going to talk about this coaching staff here for a minute. Coach LeCure was a very good defensive end for the Hornets in the 90s. Coach Wilmot was an all-state all-league quarterback, went on to Butler and won a national championship as their quarterback. Also played Division I football at UAB. Coach Pearson was a 4-year starter for the Hornets, won many games, took a team to the state semifinals where they lost to Liberal. I think he lost 1 home game in 4 years as the starting quarterback. You got Joey Craig, who played on those really good 98, 99 teams. You got Coach Ham, who played in the 2000s for the Hornets. Coach Johnson, who played in the 90s as well. Just a lot of alumni on this staff helping them out. It's pretty cool to see.
Really, a lot of understanding coaches. They understand the culture here. They understand that every Friday night, this crowd expects them to come out and produce a victory. So they do have that pressure behind them to keep them going when it gets tough. Motion around. That's Caden Holly. And fake there. Harden gets the playoff. Pass off goes to Marion Pons, but falls incomplete there.
good little play-action play there on third down. Just couldn't make the catch. I did forget to mention Coach Enzi. He was also a receiver for the Hornets in the late 90s and early 2000s, and he was the fade expert. One time we won a game on the fake spike to him. Acted like we were going to spike it, threw it up for the fade. Touchdown, Jared Enzi. So another good player for the Hornets.
Brian Rascone back to punt. And left side it goes. It'll bounce, and Sharp will leave it.
A little concerned about our punt time right now. We're not getting that ball off quick enough. If you put special teams coordinators will put a clock to a punt snap and an extra point snap. Make sure you're getting it off under a certain time. And right now we're definitely over that time from snap to kick. And if we don't fix that, they're gonna pick up on that and bring the house on one of these and get a block.
And definitely, watching the Patriots game last night, a blocked punt can have so much impact on a team. We saw it last week as a few of the punts were tipped, I believe it was. And like you said, that's really slow timing, so they got to get that fixed early, or like I said, a lot of momentum can be gained from that. Left side handoff goes. And number 16, Bo Bance, is taken down after a gain of maybe a loss of 1 or 2.
That was a bunch formation there. It's actually a trips open with spread personnel. You got 10 personnel in the game, but they bunch them in on the line, and what they probably come back to on that, they went weak that time, but I would expect it looks like they're going to be in it again. We're probably going to see a run to the top of the screen where they see the numbers. It looks like they do have numbers if they take it to the top there.
Shotgun snap goes to Hofer. He'll roll out right side. And ball falls incomplete there. I don't know why, just the style, the finesse of Hofer when he rolled out to the right side reminded me of Michael Vick, and throws off the mark. Typically that's a throw that a guy rolling out with that kind of speed can make, but not sure if it's maybe a miscommunication or maybe he's just throwing the ball away, but falls incomplete. Third down and long in a tough situation for this Goddard Lions offense.
Looking down here at the bottom with Cade Wilson at corner, he doesn't really remind me of his dad, but he does remind me of Brett Fowler, played for the Hornets in the 90s. He was a small corner, really came up and would hit you and covered well. So just another guy that reminds me of out there.
Hofer drops back, looking right side. Ball is out and is caught by an offensive lineman. In the clutch, making the play is Ruben Ortiz, and he prevents a turnover there.
Great pressure there with only 4 guys. It looked like we dropped into coverage there to stop the passing game, but our 4-man front was able to, with the help of Kyler Meyer at linebacker, we were able to get in the backfield. If you can get pressure with that few guys, you're going to be successful on defense.
And that is one of the favorite things of a defensive coordinator, is when you can get pressure like that with only 4 guys, like you said. It's just really incredible, and it opens up so many more opportunities in the backfield and also in the coverage game for your defense. A lot of times that'll force hurried throws. Punt goes down, and it slowly rolls to about the 20-yard line. So that'll bring up first down and 10 for the Hornets offense. We'll go to a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. Quick play. Off goes Hunter Sharp. And looked like a quick arrow route there. But picks up enough yards for a first down. James move here with 8:55. The Hornets trail by 4, but he failed to get momentum last time. They'll look to do that here. Hunter Sharp subbing out for Cameron Kaufman. Kaufman, we saw a pretty good slot receiver and replaced Marion Pons against Mays South. Actually not that bad at the Wildcat formation as well. We might see that later in this game. Out of the shotgun is Harden. Left side handoff. Pons slips through a gap. Ball is out, and it's rolling at 100 miles an hour. Falling on there, and Gabe Phillips falls on it. Right place at the right time. Gabe Phillips recovers the fumble for a first down. And not designed fumble, Ruski, but it worked and got him the first down. From the 45, this offense will start moving. Twins both sides, Harden out of the shotgun. Next to him is Pons. 6 blitzers there. Pass fault incomplete. Tipped off the hands of Caden Hawley.
We're getting a soft cushion in the secondary right now, so that was just 2-by-2 spread formation. They had hitches across the board. He had 4 different options like that inside slot. Just couldn't make the throw and catch.
Like you were saying, they're sitting off high, and so a lot of times when you see that route, when you read that route pretty well, that defender is going to go downhill hard, and so that's the perfect time. Once you notice that as a defensive coordinator, is to go that hitch and go. It works pretty often, or more often than you'd expect, and right there might be a good opportunity for that. Run to the right side goes to Marion Pons.
I couldn't tell who it was there, but on that power play, the guard that was pulling did a great job of sealing. He got around the edge there and logged that guy, and it allowed Marion to come right off his butt on the outside. Just how Coach Craig teaches him to do it. It's a great job.
And really, great credit to the offensive line, but Marion Pons just always amazes me how good he is at reading gaps, how good he is at reading blockers. Finds gaps pretty well and knows where to go on the play to create open field. No gain there, brings up 4th down.
You're seeing a lot of movement from the Goddard defense right now, both on the D-line and in the second level at the linebacker level. They're trying to really confuse them with where they're at and what gaps they're hitting.
Harden out of the shotgun. Ethan Mullen as a slot back. Right side handoff for Pons, looking to get 4 on 4th down. And he is piled back. Turnover on downs, and Goddard Offense will take over. So we'll send it to a short commercial break. Gotta get the ads in there. Are we good? And we're back here, taking off there. Chad Manning makes the stop. Flag on the play. Carry goes to number 8, Dylan Reese. Flag on the play there. Unnecessary roughness on the offense at 15 yards. Third unnecessary roughness on this offense. Like I said in the scouting report, they're known for playing dirty, and it shows on the penalty log.
That run play was successful because 2 of our defensive linemen were about 3 yards upfield. You know, one thing as a D-line coach you never want is your D-lineman to get upfield. Doesn't matter what system you're in. We've got to play down the line and keep from giving them those easy blocks where they can just shove us up and open up those gaps inside.
These are very big offensive linemen, but they're also smart as well. They will take advantage the second you are out of position. You're going to be put on your butt pretty quick. So staying in good position is really key for this defensive line. Dropping back there, a quick screen route. And around the right side there goes number 5, Blake Mitchell. And I thought that was a running back screen there as the offensive line kind of just crowded around the quarterback, but turned out to be a wide receiver screen. And that honestly would have worked as a running back screen there as the defense took off for that quarterback and would have left a guy wide open as it did there, except it was on the outside. Brings up 3rd down and 6.
As a D lineman, if you feel that they just let you through and didn't try to block you, you know it's a scream. You've got to retrace your steps and get back to the football.
Dropping back here is Hofer, looking for an out route, and through the hands of Jarrett Bergman into the hands of receiver Blake Mitchell. Moves the chains there.
Just as I said earlier on the hitch route, if you're breaking on an out route, you've got to break on that top shoulder. That was real close to being a touchdown if he would have been able to turn up down the sideline because we broke underneath it, missed it. That's an easy touchdown score if they are able to get up the field. So we've got to make sure we're breaking on that outside shoulder.
Well, that's really tough play to make as a defender. Typically, you're supposed to line up man coverage on the inside part there, and ball on the ground. Hofer dives on it. Read option there, and ball slipped out as he was carrying it like Michael Vick with one hand.
Coach LeCure brought a stunt there off the edge. They ran stretch power right into it. It was a great call for that play. It's almost like he knew what they were going to run. That worked out perfectly for him.
Like you said, that stretch power is designed on one defensive lineman, so when you have an overload on that left side, there's not much you can do as an offensive lineman. We'll let those guys through, and it worked. But a cold ball on a cold day, and Hofer has struggled to keep possession of it, as is both teams. Left side play action, looking for a post route, and the throw is off the mark.
Just as I said earlier that Coach Wilmot was trying to set up some of his play action, you saw there the same exact look from the play prior on that power stretch. This time he pulls it. The receiver goes like he's going to make his normal crack block and then turns upfield. Secondary did a good job staying home. Well played.
Some personnel changing here. Trips left side. And dropping back, quick hitch route. It pops out of the hands of the receiver. Intended for Jake Shope. Falls incomplete. Brings up 4th down and a mile. So the punt team will come onto this field. Corner Sharp back deep to return for the Hornets.
We need to make sure we catch this punt. If I'm Coach Pearson, our special teams coordinator, I'm telling Sharp, you've got to catch this football, whether you got to run up on it or not. We've got to have a catch, save that field position.
And I just noticed Sharp scooting back like you said. Fair catches it. Doesn't let it bounce. So the offense will take the field.
Great job there by Sharp. Fair catch is just fine. He still saved us 15, 16 yards there by making that catch.
So Harden in the offense will take the field. What are you thinking here? Offensive strategy, going quick, going slow. Where are they attacking on the field? What kind of plays do you think they'll be running?
Time's not a factor. We just need to run what we see is working on the film. Right now, they're getting a lot of guys still in the box. We've got to find a way to get them out of there.
Marion Pond slips through a gap between the right tackle and right guard and takes off there.
We still haven't tried to stretch him vertically yet this game, so I'm hoping at some point that we see some sort of play action over the top post pattern or fade to Phillips.
Definitely. Like you said earlier in this game, Phillips with a great break over the middle there on that slant route ended up being a touchdown and really a great route runner. We'll see. Interested to see what he can do with that speed deep. As he's had 2 receiving touchdowns this year, both off short routes, and just took off. 4:21 here in the 3rd quarter.
Good push on those first 2 run plays by the offensive line. Definitely giving us a chance to set something up here in the passing game here in a minute.
Out of the pistol is Harden. Twins left side, handoff to Pons. Tries to bounce it outside and breaks a couple tackles.
One addition during this series so far that we haven't seen a whole lot of tonight is they've gone to a fullback formation. They're 20 personnel, got 3 receivers and 2 backs, and using Mullen there as the fullback lead back gives you that extra blocker. It's really helped us so far to get those extra yards in the run game.
Definitely. I love Mullen's ability to create gaps. He understands where the ball needs to go, how his offensive linemen are going to be blocking, and creates a gap, shifts it open, and really creates a nice gap for Marion Pons. Gap was filled there, tried to take it over the middle, but nothing there. Gain of 1. And we'll have a timeout, so we'll see you back here at Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. Keikoa Vincent, number 74, the injured player there. And it's getting cold out here, and it hurts a lot when you have to make a lot of contact. And I mean, you add that up, and a big hit can really affect something. He's helped off by a teammate and a trainer. Left side handoff goes to Marion Pons.
Looks like they sub Mullen out, which means we're back into our 10 personnel. Be more of a spread formation here coming out. That you'll see Goddard subbing out a linebacker for DB as they saw that personnel change as well.
Like you've been saying, that play action should be seen it pretty soon. But interested to see if they'll put Mullen in for a deep play action. Noticing on the left side, Gabe Phillips is being double covered, and that might be the single reason they're not doing anything right now.
I think Goddard anticipated us taking a shot there, and Coach Wilmot was one step ahead of him, ran the ball right where they vacated the guy that they sent over to Phillips to bracket. They had a bracket coverage there on the top of the screen, and by sending that guy out there, it opened up a little bit more of a hole for Pons off the edge.
Well, last year when Goddard made it to the state final, they did end up losing there, being the state runner-up, but their defensive mastermind carried them. It was really just incredible to see. He was one step ahead of everybody. In every good player, or every good offensive coordinator, ball is out on the ground. And Stacy was hit hard going for that ball. Fumble on the play, recovered by the Lions with 1:42 remaining in the third. And a shotgun here is Caden Hofer. Drifts right side after forcing a turnover there. Looking for the right side gap. Number 27 taking Vance, and not much there. Found a gap, tried to shift on over, and it didn't work. Gain of 2 there, 2nd down and 8. Looks as though the athletic director, Caleb Smith, will take off here as goes to fight for a call for your Hornets. Over trying a hard count. Instead, he'll shift the play. False start. It's called on number 27, taking Vance, the runner on the last play. False start is the call. Pulls him back 5 yards. And Vance really confused, but clearly made a gesture as though he was going to move, which is indeed a false start. 1:02 here in the third. So Hofer takes the line once more. Twins right side. He'll drop back, looking for a slant route, throws off the mark, it's in the air, and falls incomplete. Tate Shirley dived for it. And Caden Hofer's throws have been off the mark for quite a bit, and the Hornets have been waiting so long to take advantage of that. Just barely missed the mark by inches. Tate Shirley was so close to getting possession of that ball, but in the end falls incomplete. 39 seconds here in this third quarter. They'll go split backs here with a slot back. And dropping back here is Hofer. He's rushed. And he'll look left side. Hunter Sharp is there. It's batted away. Falls incomplete, and that brings up 4th down. And there were 3 backs back there. They understood an all-out blitz right there, and they went for it, and Goddard understood what was about to come, but it still didn't stop that pass rush. They were all over Hofer, and the ball off the mark, incomplete. 31 seconds here. Morrow back to punt. Hunter Sharp is the punt returner. Caught there by Sharp. He'll take off on the sideline. Fights his way through a couple defenders. We saw him last week with an incredible punt return that ended up being the Hornets' only touchdown last week, and a really underrated punt returner. Knows what he's doing, has a lot of speed, but not only he can match that speed with strength, and he can break off tackles. So with 18.5 seconds, your offense takes the field. First down and 10 here. Harden out of the shotgun. Next to him is Pons. Twins left. Looking for a weak side jet sweep. Not much there as they went
back in our 10 personnel there. We had 2x2 going motion, run the jet with the receiver. Problem is we ran to the short end of the field, so he must have liked the numbers over there, but the downside to that is if you don't get room, it's not going to work too well for you. So we'll have to maybe look at running that, somehow get numbers to the wide side in the future if we run that play.
And that's one thing that Coach Secure likes to take advantage of is those short side numbers. But didn't work out there. That's going to end off the third quarter. Your score after 3 quarters of play remains 14-10. We'll see you back here at Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. 3 quarters of play have passed us. Your score after those quarters of play is 14-10. And the Hornets trail by 4 as they'll take the field on 2nd down and 13. Motion goes to Sharp. Left side pass. Harden is complete to Gabe Phillips. He'll take off down the left sideline. And yet again making a short route into a big play. Last short route was a slant route for a touchdown and gains a first down on a little hitch route.
Goddard continues to play a lot of games inside. They're showing blitz with all 3 linebackers on that play. Ended up only sending 1. We just got to make sure we don't let that get with us. Just after the play, go to your blocks.
Trips right side here, looking left. Marion Pons slips through a little gap. Like I said, this offense continues to stay patient. They countered a long pass play with a short run up the middle, and over time that's going to create gaps and hopefully end up being a big play for Pons. But we'll see what that creates later in this game. 2nd down and 7 after that run. And Keikoa Vincent, the injured player from earlier, is off the trainer's table. Walking around once more, might see him on the next possession. And awkward snap as it slips through the hands of Harden.
That looked like a trap scheme to me, where they pull the guard, kick out on the 5 technique or the 4-eye, and looked like somebody penetrated a gap there before they got a chance to pull and kick out. So if we run that trap play, it's crucial that we get that down block with our center and our guard.
Clock keeps ticking away. 10:45. Wins both sides here. One high safety Rolling out right side, backside screen goes to Pons, and he's taking off. We saw it 3 times last week, and all 3 times it fell incomplete, and it pays off there. Looking to roll out right side. Harden just turns back, and really awkward throw to throw as a cornerback, but took advantage of it. 4th down and a short 1.
A couple of good downfield blocks there by the offensive line on that screen. Those guys go unnoticed most of the time as you watch the football, but those they did a good job on their count, giving them time to still throw it, but then getting on downfield to make a block.
9:55 here, out of the shotgun. Quick play action on the arrow route there. Here comes Cameron Kaufman taking it, and that's going to be enough for a Hornet touchdown. Touchdown, Valley Center. That makes your score 16-10. Long play by Cameron Kaufman.
Big time play there. Looked like an RPO. Looked like they had a power option or a trap option off the right side there. Harden read that the backer came inside. Quick throw to the flat, and he hit that seam hard. Great run after the catch there by Kaufman.
And 2 touchdown plays, 2 consecutive touchdown plays are from long runs, and that just shows the incredibility of this downfield blocking, and then really just the speed of these receivers. They're getting down the field. They're taking advantage of throws that wouldn't typically be more than just a simple gain of 5.
Big extra point here to make it a field goal to tie the game here for Goddard.
And it's through. Hunter Sharp comes through again, scoring 4 points so far in this game. And with your Hornets leading by 3, we'll go to a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. The Hornets to kick off. We were just talking about how 3 of the 4 losses that the Hornets have in their record this year, they've led in the 4th quarter. And this makes 5 times that they have led. And I talked about in pregame, putting 4 solid quarters of football together is going to be the difference tonight. And the Hornets have done that as they scored a touchdown here in the 4th quarter, but they're going to have to keep it up. They're going to have to push this momentum to the defensive side of the ball. And if they can do that, they can finish off this game on right terms and go home with a win.
When that ball hits the ground on a kickoff as a special teams coordinator, you're thinking one of 2 things. One, maybe we can get on it. That's the good thing. The bad thing is a lot of times kids will break down early when the ball hits the ground like that, pick it up, and then you're looking at a touchdown for the return team. So there's a lot of things that go through your mind when you see that ball on the ground on a kickoff.
9:41 shows here on the clock as your defense takes the field for the first time in the 4th quarter. Left side, toss goes to number 4, Jake Shope.
Big time hold there on the outside there in the alley there. I don't know if that's what they called here, but there was definitely a hold.
And definitely, that's a very common penalty when it comes to outside runs. Just trying to keep them from going. 10-yard penalty there on the holding. So moves the offense back 10 yards. Brings up first down at a long 20. Excuse me, first down and a long 25, as it was 10 from the spot of the foul. One deep
Goddard
safety.
nearly in an empty formation here with that back so wide.
And looking around, screen works out. Hunter Sharp reads it like a book, and he's there to make the tackle.
You got to love how Sharp feels down that alley, whether it's the run game or the pass game. He does such a great job of reading that and getting down through the alley. Made plays all year at the line of scrimmage from the safety position. Reminds me a lot of Crawford and Cross that played for us the last few years.
Really just an incredible player, understands the football field incredibly well, knows where the ball is going to go, knows how to help out his guys, and not only that, he helps them in the pass game, but understands, pursues the ball well in the run game as well.
We saw that play earlier, and I mentioned that if it had been completed, Kirk was right there. And once again, he gets right off that block, makes a play on the quick tunnel screen. I don't think they'll come back to that anytime soon to his side. He's just been destroying that guy's block all night.
And Kirk, really a smaller guy, but very quick, knows how to get off the block and knows how to keep up with bigger guys. That's for sure. And like you said, got off that block early, made a big play. Eight minutes and ticking here. Trips right side. Hofer getting the play
Got to be aware of a screen here on 3rd and long. That's one of the go-tos for Goddard for a long time. Many teams, they'll look for that screen on 3rd and long. And there it is.
And taken down there in the backfield. Quick Tony Romo call there by Mr. Smith, but 7:35 here and brings up 4th down here for this offense. Hunter Sharp back deep to return. The Hornets lead, and they will get possession of the ball, or most likely. Morrow to punt. And fair caught there by Sharp as he's pushed down after the catch. Looking for a penalty, and rightfully so, but none called. Hornet fans not happy about that one, but that'll bring up the Hornets offense led out by Caleb Harden.
This is a crucial time right here. This is where, when we've been leading in these fourth quarters lately, about at the 6-7 minute mark, where we've really needed to get a drive going to keep things in our favor. A 3 and out here is definitely not what we need.
This offense needs to get going early in this drive here. Twins both sides here. Hand off left side for Pons. He'll take off to the races. Going, gone. Marion Pons, touchdown, Valley Center.
You know, Marion had a great run there, but what I'm guessing most people did not see was Coash's block. Unbelievable pull and kick out by a Coash there. Just a solid block. If I'm Coach Craig right now, I'm going and I'm giving that guy a bear hug and just telling him what a great block that was.
And the penalty is called against the defense, so the touchdown will stand. Your Hornets up by 9. Hunter Sharp to kick the extra point. And really just a huge gap. Honestly, could have driven a 18-wheeler through that one. And Pons took advantage of it, bursting through it. Extra point is through, so the Hornets take the lead by double digits. We'll see you back here in Hornet Studios after a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. Penalty assessed on the kickoff, so they'll kick from the offensive 45. The student section next to us emulating that of the song of the band, the fight song. This crowd has been right here as if the Hornets are at home. And fakes the handoff on the return. Hofer takes off. Finally taken down there. Maybe a ball loose. Runner was down is the call. 6:55 here in the fourth. And so this offense will take the field. And the Hornets just put up 7 more points on the board, but you can't get too confident you can never get too confident in your lead. As we saw at May South with, I believe it was 4 minutes, the Hornets were up by 12 points, and we all know how that game ended, so they can't get too confident. This defense still has to be right on point. They still have to be going full speed and making the same plays they did before. Trips right side here. And just back to the left. Ball out on the ground. And Hornets fall on it. Another defensive turnover. And this offense takes over once more.
Having some things going the way for the Hornets. Got to love that. Just a great job there to get on that football. Got some excited students and cheerleaders right now. Great student section tonight. Love to see it.
And this is a cold night, so that ball gets really slippery. Hands are dry and really hard to grip that football. I've already seen more fumbles than I can remember to count, but really great opportunistic defense there to force a turnover. Quick play action there, and Caden Hawley stays in bounds, gains a couple more yards.
It looked like that might have been that same play. It looks like it might be an RPO. They're pulling Koash, kicking out, looking for that A-gap run with Marion, but at the same time they're reading that seventh man in the box, seeing if they can throw outside. It looks like a run-pass option.
Trips left side here. And a shotgun, another left side handoff to Pons.
They're just going to keep coming to it. Koash is pulling, doing a great job pulling tonight. Does another great job there. Doesn't quite get inside of him this time, so it's not the big gain we saw before, but still a good gain there on the run.
The shotgun, in the huddle here. Martin getting the play call, and they're making sure to take their sweet time. They want to juice every ounce or every second away from this clock that they can before this drive is over. 3 seconds showing the play clock. And offsides called on the defense. They were ready to go, almost jumped the first time, and then finally jumped the second time.
What a great call there. We hadn't used the hard count very much tonight, used it in a situation that we couldn't have needed it anymore and get the first down without even having to snap the ball.
And that was just incredible. I think every defender in that front seven knew that the play clock was at 3 and that they were trying to snap it as quick as possible, but hard count worked in a perfect situation. Pons trying to bounce it outside there, but nothing there. 5:30 here.
Doing a good job with clock management here. Coach LeCure, Coach Wilmot, trying to eat that clock all the way down. If we can get a score here and eat a bunch of clock, you can pretty much seal that win.
Definitely an ideal drive that they're putting together here. 2nd down and 11. Motion around for Caden Hawley, and Pons is taken down. But a flag on the play before the snap, and it's called false start on the offense. 5-yard walk-off brings up 2nd down and 16.
Goddard has a good idea that we're probably going to run the ball to try to eat that clock, so they're really stacking the box here. We're not going to have numbers, so we're just really going to have to look to hit those gaps hard, get downhill fast in order to get any run going.
I know it's not typically the usual play call here, but might even try to pass it to get a long play because this defense, like you said, is stacking the box. Caden Hawley on a bubble screen, spins out of a tackle. And that secondary was not ready for that play. They were ready to read the run, and then pass play came out of the backfield, and they were not ready for that one.
Love the call there by Coach Wilmot. They had 8 guys in the box, so he throws the flare outside. It's as good as a sweep. It makes them waste a bunch of guys. They had pretty good blocks on the edge there. Allows them to get down there and get closer to a first down.
Third down and a short 3 here. 4:05 here in the fourth. Left side pass. It falls, or excuse me, it is complete. Flag on the play.
Got pass interference on the defense there. That's a big-time call for us. Would have brought up 4th down, but now we'll have that first down and goal.
First down here for the Hornets. First down and goal. .355 here. Out of the shotgun is Harden. Next to him is Pons, and a slot back is Mullen. They'll run to the weak side. And Pons is taken down. It'll bring up second down. Gap filled pretty quick. And that's going to be an injured player. So we'll go to a short commercial break. And injured player is number 7, Carter Morrow. And he's helped off the field by 2 trainers.
If we can punch this in, you couldn't have asked for a better drive from Coach Wilmot and his offense. Ate a ton of clock, get down, put the ball in the end zone, give yourself position to win the football game.
And I never like to use this word in football because I've seen incredible comebacks, but it's looking unreachable if the Hornets can put 6 more points on the board here. Flag on the field. Excuse me. Timeout Valley Center with 3:38 in the fourth. So we'll see you back here at Hornet Studios after a commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios after that timeout. The offense back on the field for second down and goal from the 7. Bonds tries to wedge it up the middle there.
Looked like that might have been power there off the left. They used Mullen as a kick-out block, pulled Koash from the backside right off tackle. Got a little bit of room, not quite enough, but sets up a good 3rd and 4 position. You know, right here, you don't really need to worry too much about the clock. I think you're okay to throw. You got to worry more about getting points. So if the pass is the best thing you see here, that's what you take. You got to get points here on the board.
Definitely. I think 16, maybe 17 points is enough cushion here with 3 minutes left. You just gotta get the points like you said.
It's true.
And this student section's chanting scoreboard as the opposing Goddard crowd chanting at them. Bonds looking to the left side. Doesn't appear to be enough to be a touchdown.
Interesting to see. Interesting to see here what Coach LaCure decides to do.
Actually lost 4 there. 4th down and 8.
You know, the field goal doesn't help you as much, obviously, but going up by 13 with only 2 minutes to go is not really something that benefits you a whole lot like a touchdown would. So you've already got that 2-score lead. You might as well go for the touchdown here to seal the deal.
2 minutes ticking away, and we'll await the call. The Hornets take a timeout.
Looks like he is bringing on the kicking team possibly. Yep, he's going to bring the kicking team on here. You can't go wrong either way. I mean, many people would say to take points here. I would probably go for it just because I've already got that 2-score lead, and I know a touchdown seals the deal for you. So, really, you kick a field goal, you're up 13. They still just need 2 touchdowns to catch you. You score a touchdown, they need 3 scores.
Definitely. I was watching this thing on the check down the other day. Pulaski Academy, I'm not sure where it is. I believe it's in Wisconsin, but not 100% sure. But their coach was talking about how they never punt on 4th down. They always onside kick, and he talked about how much momentum it adds to their team. They've converted a couple 4th down and 30s, and that has just completely changed the whole outlook of the game. They said they are 117-3 when they recover an onside kick, and just really going for the risky play can a lot of times pay off with momentum, even though the Hornets are up quite a bit here. Hunter Sharp on to attempt the field goal from the left hash. 18 yards out from that post. And it's off to the right. No good. And so
if you're Coach Wilmot, you still got to feel good about that drive. You ate about 5 minutes off the clock. You still got a 2-score lead, and they've got to go 80 yards. So I think as long as we defensively don't play too loose here and let them get down the field within 30 seconds or so, we'll be okay. We just got to keep playing football, not play on our heels.
And I think with the limited passer experience of Caden Hofer, I mean, there's not too much you can do with this offense. I mean, if you have a guy, an experienced guy like Kyler Simrad who led him to the state finals last year, that might be something to worry about, but not much to worry about with a Wildcat quarterback here.
I noticed Coach LaCure subbed in a quicker D-line here. He's got a lot of quick guys on the field. He's going to try to get pressure with 3 and drop 8 into coverage.
2:05 here in the 4th. Goddard starts off their drive. Quick screen play. A wide receiver screen follows his blockers well. And to the left side is number 5, Blake Mitchell. Gains the first down and quite a bit more. Moves him 17 yards down the field. Got a shotgun here looking left side. Hofer's pass is intercepted. Quentin Kirk going, and he'll cross the goal line. Touchdown, Valley Center. Your Hornets take a 3-score lead with a pick 6 from Quentin Kirk. 30-14 your score. And Quentin Kirk, time and time again, making his first start this year, proves why he's on that varsity field and shows off his skill once again. Perfect coverage right there, read the route, and was at the ball before it was even thrown. 140, and the Hornets take a 3-score lead. And extra point seals the deal, 31-14, your score. And right before kickoff, we'll go to a short commercial break. And we're back here at Hornet Studios. Quentin Kirk with an incredible play. We've seen him come up in the clutch time and time again. Really just an awesome player and making quite a career, only starting as a senior, and he's made some memorable moments already on this field. Hunter Sharp to kick off, goes left side, and it'll fly out of bounds, so flag on the play. Kickoff out of bounds. I believe they'll start from the 35 now. And out of the shotgun is Hofer. Pass falls incomplete as it's batted down. Looking for an in route there, but two defenders read it. Student section going crazy here as they stimulated in the band, the fight song. You can check that out on Facebook. That's what Caleb Smith is doing right now, posting that video. So you can check that out. 1:37 here in the fourth after an incomplete pass. Out of the shotgun here, looking left side. Hofer fires a bullet, and it falls incomplete. Like I talked about, gold ball is really hard to catch. It slipped out of receivers, number 13 Soren Carr's hands. And out of the shotgun here. Overlooks left side. Fires a slant route, and it's complete to number 4, Jake Schopp. Keeps the chains moving with 1:27. Like I talked about, the Hornets are up by 3 scores now. A solid 17-point lead. Dropping back here is Hofer. And a roll out to the right. Falls incomplete there. Like I was saying, the Hornets up by 17. So now for Goddard, it's really just getting points to make the game not seem as bad as it, make the score seem not as bad as it was, and also to learn from it. I mean, a lot of the best insights in film come from late in the game here when you're just trying to get the ball down the field, because this is not an offense we've seen them run, just all-out air attack. So when they do put that out on the field, this is definitely going to be valuable game film to them. Hofer drops back, looking left side, A wobbling pass falls incomplete. And Cade Wilson went up to possibly get the interception, but it's batted away there by Hofer. Excuse me, number 13, that's Soren Carr, batted away there. Really smart football play to understand that you might not be able to get the ball, but you want to do everything you can to keep it out of the hands of the defender. 101 here in the fourth. Play clock ticking away as the clock is stopped. Over out of the shotgun here. Two deep safeties for the Hornets. Probably a cover for prevent. And screenplay falls incomplete. Only 3 seconds are burned off on the clock there on fourth down. But the Hornets will force a fourth down. So the Hornets yet again with a cover for prevent. Out of the shotgun is Hofer. The roll out. Quick screenplay off the hands of number 5, Blake Mitchell. And that looks like that'll be your game, folks, with 54 seconds remaining. Your Hornets take over on downs. And no timeouts remaining. Or excuse me, this Goddard defense has 3 timeouts remaining. Excuse me, looking at the guest side, but no, they do have 3 timeouts remaining, so can't quite use your victory formation quite yet. They'll likely have to run for a first down, which we've seen Marion Pons do plenty of times. Nope, instead they will go victory formation. They'll kneel it. And Goddard doesn't bother to take a timeout, so clock ticks away. And there's your final snap as the play clock is reset. Time ticks away, and your final score, Valley Center Hornets 31, Goddard Lions 14. Your Hornets take their second victory of the season. An incredible game, and this time the Hornets went off in the second half. And really just great football they played. An amazing game, and thanks so much here for tuning in tonight to Hornets News. I'm Caleb Rose, and make sure to have a great night.